Okay, so now we're going to pick up. Thanks for visiting back. We said in the last video that to start graphing quadratics, rather than using a table, and we can't because of this b-value, we're going to first find the axis of symmetry, which is using this equation, x equals negative b over 2a. And then from there, we're going to substitute that value in, that x value in, to find the vertex. Okay, so we've already done that for 1, 2, and 3, the axis of symmetry. So now I'm going to go ahead and put 1/3 in for x. I'm going to have f of 1/3 equals 3 times 1/3 squared minus 2 times 1/3. Now I know that fractions can sometimes get us a little bit concerned, but that's okay. Now remember, this f of f of 1/3 stays that way. Now what I want to do next is I want to focus on the using my exponents, PEMDAS. So that's going to give me 1/3 times 1/3. I multiply straight across and I get 1/9. So now I have 3 times 1/9 for the first half of that problem, minus, now 2 times a third is 2/3. Okay? All right, so now the next thing I'm focusing on is multiplying these. 3 times 1/9. So 3 times 1 over 9. Well, 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 9 3 times, so I get 1/3. Okay? 3 times 1/9 is 1/3. So now I have 1/3 minus 2/3, which gives me negative 1/3. So my answer here for the vertex is that my vertex is going to have the x coordinate that we already found. So that's 1/3. And it's going to have this coordinate here, because remember what we're doing is we're saying f of 1/3 equals, this is the same thing as y. So y equals, and in this case it's negative 1/3. Okay? And if you would graph that, you would see it. Okay, we'll graph the next two just so you can see it in action. All right, so let's try this next one. We found what x is, so now it's going to be g of negative 3 equals negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 plus 5. All right, g of negative 3 stays as it is, its notation. So negative 3 squared is 9 minus 18 plus 5. 9 minus 18 is negative 9. Negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4. So my vertex for this problem is going to be the x coordinate we already found, negative 3, and the new y coordinate, even though they write it as g of negative 3, my y coordinate of negative 4. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to show you that on Desmos right now, okay? So clicking over here to Desmos, so this is the first one, x squared plus 6x plus 5. That's what we're looking at here in this function. And if I click on the vertex, it is negative 3, negative 4. And that's what we found. We did a good job. Okay. All right, let's try this last one. Again, our only focus for this first part right now is finding the axis of symmetry and the vertex. All right, so we already found the axis of symmetry. That's what we did here. We did that in the previous lesson. I didn't label them AOS, but you can if you'd like. All right, now I'm going to substitute x, every x I see, with 7. So this is going to say h of 7, which means I'm evaluating this function when x equals 7. So it's negative 1/2 times 7 squared plus 7 times 7 minus 4. Okay, all right. So again, follow PEMDAS. 7 squared is what I need to evaluate first. So I get negative 1/2 times 49 plus 49 minus 4. All right. Negative 1/2, half of 49 is going to be 24.5. So I have negative 24.5. And I'm going to add to that 49. And I'm going to subtract 4. And I think I'm at the bottom of the screen. That's what I was looking at. All right, so let's just carry it up here. Negative 24.5 plus 49. If you put that, work that out, however you'd like to, you're going to get positive 24.5. I'm going to subtract 4, and I get an answer of 20.5. So that's going to be my y value, or h of 7. Okay, there's a lot on this screen right now, but that's what I would end up getting. So in the end, if I just clear out some of this, not that we want to erase our work, but I would be able to say then that my axis of symmetry, just write this again, axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 7, and then my vertex is going to be that x coordinate, and this is my y coordinate, 20.5. Okay, so let's just check that out on Desmos to get a look at it. We already did that one. This is the one we just did, and whoa, look at that. It looks like a crazy big one. It's going to highlight my vertex for me automatically, and it is 7, 20.5. That's what we did. All right, so great job. All right, I'd like to do just one more. If you turn the page, now example 2, we're only going to set it up. It says to graph the whole thing. We're not doing that right now in this video. All we're going to do is find two things. We said in the other screen that our first step is to find the axis of symmetry, and then using that, our next step is going to be to find the vertex. So I just want to start this problem because we'll use it again for the next part, but also to reiterate what we've already done. Okay, so my axis of symmetry first. The equation is that x equals negative b over 2a, which is going to be, in this case, if I label them, my a is 3, my b is negative 6, and I'm getting these from here, 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 okay? And then my c is going to be 5. All right, so negative, b is negative 6, over 2a, a is 3. So negative negative 6 is really positive 6. 2 times 3 is 6, so my answer is 1. So my axis of symmetry is the equation x equals 1. That's the first part. So the next thing I'm going to do is take that and substitute it back into my equation to find my vertex. So f of 1 is going to equal 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 5. Order of operations, 1 squared is 1. So I end up really just getting 3 minus 6 plus 5. 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2. So my vertex, I would actually write it out and say it's the ordered pair 1, 2. And that's really the beauty of how this function notation works. It tells me my x and my y all the time. Okay? Alrighty, so we're going to stop there. I'd like you to try the homework. They're only asking you to identify the axis of symmetry and the vertex. So go through these steps that we just did. There's only a few of them. Find your axis of symmetry first, substitute that in to find your vertex. And if you want to check it on Desmos, you're welcome to. Please, though, only check it. Don't just get the answer right away because it's not going to help you in the long run. All right. All right. Thank you guys. See me with questions. Bye.